we are live. What's good, y'all? I know I've been gone for like a month. I said it was going to be 2 weeks and it went along a little bit longer than that. But honestly, some things that we're going to talk about is like the retrograde. The retrograde kicked my ass, fucked me up. Mentally, I just wasn't ready to be talking to y'all. Not to say that in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? You just got a different version of me. Also, if you do notice, my braces are gone. Woo, yay. Not yay. Because I have a fucking gumdrop in the middle of my fucking mouth. You see that shit? I don't like it. So I have to get gum surgery, so that'll be gone in a couple episodes, and that's why we're here. But whatever. As you can see, I have a new co-host, and she ain't really new because this is my cousin. It's a fam thing, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to bring her on here because she is more spiritual, and we can talk about some real, like, creative things. She's like the Capricorn vibe, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a Virgo, if y'all don't know, a little bit Leo, so we are like best friends. So before we get started, what are we drinking over there, co-host?
Some tequila. I don't drink tequila, y'all.
No, she don't.
That's what it is.
That's some Altos.
But drink White Claw.
Oh,
it's amazing.
So she's keto and shit. So that's a keto beer. Is
only
it good?
2 grams of carbs.
Is it good?
Hella. Only the black cherry, really, in my opinion. But
okay, I'm gonna try it after this podcast. But you know, I be getting lit on here, so I gotta slow down. Gotta just take a couple shots and keep it moving. We're gonna take a couple shots right now. If you want to pour them up, or did you already pour them up?
No.
No. All right, bartender's gonna pour us up. I'll be putting her Instagram on here too. It's at Imani Fresh. Of course, y'all know me, DJ 2AM. Thank you. And y'all better be taking shots with us right now too. That's what y'all are supposed to be doing. Cheers. That little, that gold Altos is a little spicy, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you.
That shit burns your threat. Like,
your threat. Burns your threat. So, the first topic we're gonna get into is retrograde and the effects that it had. And I know y'all were going through it because when I was talking about it on my Instagram, a lot of y'all were hitting me like, man, this retrograde needs to fucking end. This shit is just way too fucking much. Personally, for me, it was like draining. It was draining my life. Like I was going to the gym, staying at the gym for hours because it was like mentally the shit was just deteriorating my brain. I felt like I was overthinking shit, thinking about shit I shouldn't be thinking
foggy.
about. Yeah, like foggy. Like how was it for you as a Capricorn?
I'm always lost. It was actually the retrograde of shedding. So whatever you were actually going through as major triumphs, it was actually putting you through more than you normally would through any other retrograde. So this was like a
testing period
of your soul, pretty much.
Oh, okay, so resurrection. So it's like testing you, basically.
Pretty much.
All the bad things.
Everything that's ever happened throughout the last 6 months was happening all at once within those 3 months.
And that's a big fact.
Yeah.
I was just, I'm not really a negative person, and it was making me negative. It was just weird. It was just a weird time, and I felt like it lasted forever. Like I feel like that was my whole summer, and it's still the summer. I don't understand. I understand why it felt so goddamn long. I have a lot of followers who, actually, the last picture I posted, I asked what's your sign? Like, where are you from? And I see a lot of people are Virgos, which woohoo. A lot of Tauruses. I didn't see a lot of Capricorns that follow me, unfortunately. I don't know why. Whatever. But
1 in a million.
But do you know what Aquarius is? Do you know like any Aquariuses? Or Pisces?
I know Pisces, the only guy Pisces.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not familiar with them too. And I have a lot of followers who are Aquariuses and Pisces. And I'm just like, where are y'all at? Like, what are y'all like? You know what I'm saying? I don't really get to hang around your guys' type and shit like that. But my favorites are Capricorns, Taurus. I get along with pretty much all y'all.
I like Scorpios.
Really? Scorpios are cool.
Yeah.
I'm not really with the I get along with Geminis, but y'all kind of like be tripping. Like
Two-faced.
y'all are like when y'all are literally two different people. Like y'all will be hella cool and about like positivity, and then like I'll talk to you the next day and all of a sudden you're like an asshole. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Are you bipolar, bro? Like, what's the problem? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your favorite sign to hang around?
Cancers.
Oh, man.
Cancers. Because they're just as emotional.
Yeah, you good.
But they know when to cut it off. Just like Capricorns. So there are complete opposites, but we're exactly the same when it comes emotionally. So it's like
a good
perfect
balance.
people to argue with. Because
Yeah.
like we'll always find a common ground, like always.
Okay.
It's like with Virgos, we just gotta keep on climbing. To
Yeah,
the top.
we're going. Shit, I'm
like, and
I
if
ain't
you're
stopping.
at the top, then I'm gonna do something else to get to the
Yep.
top again. And
Yeah, it's always
never satisfied.
No. But it's not just us though. Neither are y'all.
Yeah, that's true.
Like there's never. We're both so stubborn that we can't come to an agreement. It's like we're just always gonna. But I'm always gonna feel like I need to win. Like I'm gonna win this fight. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna just keep over talking me. Like that's how I feel. You know what I mean? And with Cancers, I have a lot of friends that are Cancers and they're great. You know what I'm saying? My little brother's a Cancer.
Yeah.
You guys are cool. Y'all are too sensitive for me though. Like
Right.
the crybaby shit all the time, bro. Like I
It
cannot.
depends. Do you have more women Cancers or do you have more men Cancers?
It's a good balance. Okay, so the men Cancers.
Yeah, the men
dope as
Cancers-
shit.
Right.
One of my good homeboys, he's a Cancer and he's so dope. And like my little brother's lit. And like girl Cancers, y'all's cool. But y'all cry too much. Like everything is so emotional with them.
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay, we're out. I feel like she's staring
But
at
like
me.
I want to go home.
Yeah. Right.
They're always
There's
the ones to be like,
always-
I want to go home.
Yeah, and you're like, bro, I just got here. Like I just had a drink. Nah, I feel like everybody in here tripping. What? We don't even know
They're all
these people.
staring at me or whatever,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
they're staring at me. Not this one right here got a problem. Like, oh, bruh. Like I should have just left your ass at home. But the good thing about Cancers is that they listen a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they're good listeners,
Very genuine.
genuine
in-depth.
people. They're a loving.
They never ask
people.
open questions.
What do you mean?
So like Cancers are very like, okay, I'm gonna give you like an ABC all the time. It's never like A to Z
Right.
right away, and you're just like, wait, what?
What?
Like they're always like, okay, I need to know this, and this,
Yeah.
and go ahead.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
Like, chill out. I mean, and then like, you know, like Kiona, she's a Libra and she's the first Libra I've dealt with, and they're very like, they're so indecisive,
Yes.
nigga. They cannot make a decision to save
most
their
well-balanced
fucking life.
friends.
But their balance is shit. Like,
Yeah.
if you come to them and you're like, nah, I'm fucking right, fuck this person, fuck that person, they're like, okay, you're wrong though, but it's cool. I'm gonna listen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they can't make a decision
They're
to save
never
their
wrong.
life.
I only have
Hell.
I only have like 2 genuine like Libras in my life,
And they're not.
It's really
They always
weird.
think they're not right.
Yeah.
Wrong. Yes. Trust.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
It's like it's like no, I'm right, and I'm gonna keep saying I'm right, and bye. I'm done. I'm done talking. Like Jesus Christ.
and I'm just gonna go silent.
Yeah. But you date a Virgo. Your
Yes.
boyfriend is a Virgo. So that's my boy, my dog. You know what I'm saying? So what would you say about dating a Virgo? The pros and the cons.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
What's the good thing about it?
The humor.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We
Virgos and Capricorns just have like a mutual humor.
Yeah.
It could be dry, it could be exciting, and
Sarcastic.
they didn't get it. Yeah, like with Napoleon Dynamite, you can't watch that with everybody.
No.
You can watch it with the Virgo because they get it.
It's funny as shit. The tater tots, yo. The chapstick, dead. Like, that's a good ass movie. What's the bad things?
Ooh, damn, that's hard.
I'll tell you what people have said about me. They've told me that I always think I'm right. I never can
Yeah.
say that I'm wrong. But that's not right though. Because
Okay.
I do admit when I'm wrong. I just hate admitting it. But I'll say, I'll be
Yeah.
like, all right, that was
You
a
guys
little
won't
much.
really confidently say it.
No.
Like you guys won't be like, okay, I'm wrong.
Mm-mm.
You know,
I'll be like, all right, I'm wrong. Like, shut up. I don't want to fucking hear about this
I would
no
have
more.
to say you guys aren't as emotional.
Yeah, I
I like
get
to
that.
get in depth. I like to know what you're feeling, communicate, so that way we can prevent the next thing. Because I'm I'm gonna analyze. If I'm gonna argue with you, then there's obviously a reason why we got brought together to argue that night or day.
Okay.
So if I don't get anything out of that argument and I'm not satisfied mentally
Right.
to keep on going, then I'm not gonna be satisfied with anything after that. Like as far as like continuing on, like if you Virgos just like to, they don't leave an open book, but they're just like, okay, like this is how it's gonna go down.
Nah, real.
Yeah.
But well, okay. So for me, like I've got that complaint a lot too. Like you're not emotional. Like you don't.
But what's
I
your
feel like I don't know your
version of
feelings.
emotional? Because I feel like every Virgo's different when it comes
Right.
to
Okay. So
emotions.
there's some Virgos who are very emotional, like
Yeah.
overly. I'm not that Virgo. Because I'm right on the cusp of Leo and Virgo. I feel like I'm only 2 days off from being a Leo.
This is the moon of Leo.
There we go. So that's why I feel so like
Okay.
refreshed.
That's why you guys are you're
like
more effective.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm just more like yes, like I feel good now. I do.
Right.
And I would say I'm not emotional. People consider anger and aggression emotion, right? That's an emotion. So I guess if you put it in that perspective, I'm emotional. But when it comes to like sad and like shit that's gonna hurt, like get to my feelings, I don't want to know and talk about that shit. Like, I hate when people are like, look at this dog, he's hella sick and he's got hurt. And I'm like, why would you show me that? Why would you fuck up my mental all day? Like, I don't want to see shit like that. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just me, but
I don't want to be around people. Like,
yeah.
you guys are really firm about who you guys put in your circle.
Yeah, because I don't trust nobody.
Which is why we're really, half of you guys are like, that's why my boyfriend works for me. Because if we don't fuck with people, we just don't.
Right.
I'm not going to like go be fake around someone.
No.
Just to be like, oh, I want to have a good time.
See, no, and also you can tell our emotions. So like if we walk up and we don't fuck with you, like we're not gonna cause a problem with you. It's just you're gonna feel that aura. Like we have I feel like Capricorns and Virgos have a very strong aura. Like when they walk up, it's like if we're in a good mood, we're making everybody in a good mood.
Right.
If we're in a shitty mood and we don't like somebody, you can feel that shit. Like everybody's gonna be like, yo, what's wrong with that nigga 2 a.m.? Like, yo, nigga tripping. Like, you know, but we don't mean to be like that. It's just like, yo, why'd you bring that nigga around me? I don't like that person, or I don't like that female. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing about Capricorns. I've dated a Capricorn before, and we always saw eye to eye on shit like that. So I mean, that's a pretty good thing. As far as Aquarius, Pisces, all y'all niggas, I don't know enough of you. Maybe I should get to know some of y'all.
Y'all different breeds.
Y'all different breeds.
Our anger is different.
Yeah, our humor is different. Yeah. Our conversations are different.
The only one, I don't know, it's the only person I've actually ever got to like really connect with as a Pisces. And then Julian.
Oh, he's a Pisces too? He's
so
cool as shit.
That's the only guy that I've ever been like really, really close with. And he's like my brother. So it's like, other than that, they're not very like, they're not really gifts. No offense.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit, but
gifts
like,
as a friend, y'all are just kind of like, show up out of nowhere. And it's like, oh, you're a Pisces?
Right.
But you're not that interested. You're
what
just
month
like,
were you born in, bro?
Right. I'm like, okay.
No, I only know one Pisces, and I just thought about it, and she's one of my homegirls, and she's hella cool, but she has her moments. But we do get along really, really well. Like, but there's just some shit I'm just like, all right, you going over the top. But she cool as fuck, you know what I'm saying? We've been friends for like 10 years, so whatever. But we're gonna jump into our next topic. Before we do that, we're gonna take a shot.
That's right, yeah.
Y'all should be on shot 3 now. I know that y'all are going to say it's supposed to be shot 2, but it's not. It's shot 3 because you guys know we take one right before. You know what I'm saying? It's like 7 for her, but whatever. Cheers to Homos Playground. Let's go. Woo. So next topic that we want to talk about is soulmates, life partners, and my cousin made me aware of twin flames. Mm-hmm. A lot of people talk about how you get 3 major loves in your life. One's a soul partner, soul partner. One's a soulmate. My bad, y'all. See, that's why I don't be drinking on here. Soulmate, life partner, and twin flame. I do believe that you get all 3. What is twin flame? Maybe I don't want to touch on that yet.
Twin flame is a little bit deeper than your soulmate, so it's kind of like the high rise of your love life.
Okay, so
you guys are like the person that you connect on every different type of level that you can fully communicate with. Like, which, I mean, it sounds like a soulmate, but soulmates are more of like a journey. Twin flames are your destination. Okay, dope.
So it's somebody who's like you, but you're in love with this person. Like it's not like your best friend. But I guess it is because
I mean, like your best friend can be your soulmate too. So it's kind of different.
That's a different type of soulmate, though.
No, it's still the same. It still could be the same.
So you think that you can find a soulmate in a friend? It doesn't have to be a lover.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yep. As far as soulmates go, if you're talking like based off relationships, then you find your soulmate before you actually find your twin flame. So it's like your first love, then your soulmate, then your twin flame.
Okay. I would say I believe in soulmates. I believe in life partners. I obviously feel you on the twin flame thing. I don't know if I think that you can find a soulmate in a homie, though.
Really?
But I don't know.
I mean, it depends on how deep your guys' connection is. Like, if that's, like, your best friend, believe it or not, like, I mean, if that's your, how would I say it? Like,
your ride or die?
Yeah, like your ride or die. Okay. Like your soulmate ride or die type of thing. Like, I have these 2 friends that are like, they're literally soulmates and like they're girls, but it's like the way, I mean, like, I always cherish, like, we're such a big group of girls.
Okay.
But I always cherish, like, our each connection that we have with each other. There's, like, 6 of us. But, like, each of us in pairs have different connections. And for them, they're literally soulmates. Like, as far as, like, what they're interested in and how they, like, connect on a deeper level than we all do. Because we all have different connections towards each other, but we're all best friends.
Okay.
So.
Okay, then that makes sense. I mean, I can see that. I have a couple best friends, so... If you say it like that, I guess like if somebody does become your best friend, they would be considered a soulmate, right? If you guys have like a deep connection,
they don't have to be your soulmate. Like Diego, he's my soulmate.
Oh yeah, Diego.
That's my soulmate. Because like that's the person who knows like inside and out. Like I don't have to kind of like silence on a sentence or like you know,
or
like
change
not
anything.
Say something.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, but yeah.
Okay, well, I would say that for me, I feel like your soulmate would be somebody that you connect with on every level, and it's such a deep connection that it can be toxic.
Okay.
That's how I see it. Like, I think like your soulmate can borderline take you to levels that you've never been taken to, on an aggression level, on a sadness level, on a just every type of level, sexual. I even think it can cause depression in some people, like if you don't have that person anymore. Do you believe that you can experience more than one soulmate?
Yes. Of course.
No,
I mean,
because that wouldn't be a soulmate, right?
You categorize it because there is only one soulmate, so,
right?
I mean, based off relationships, yes, because not everybody like you're gonna be in love with them, but you're not gonna be fully like
invested.
Yeah, there's a difference between like that's why they say like when you have sex, like they get a part of your soul. So at that point, if you don't really have like a sexual connection, more of a mental connection with that person, then they're really not your soulmate because they haven't got like that deeper level of you. So I'm sorry to get spiritual, guys.
No, but that's real. Okay.
It is the truth.
So when you jump into life partner, I would say that is somebody that you guys connect on every level, but it's not as extensive as soulmate. Like it's not as, and that's not to say that's a bad thing, but it's like not as deep. Like it's not really toxic. It's more of somebody that you're going to share your life with, like with money, with like you guys just agree on the things that you're supposed to agree on. I feel like it's like a business relationship with love. Yeah. But it's not a deep, deep, deep love, and right?
Also, like, with life partners, like, you feel secure in everyday life. So, like, financially.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You know like, what I mean? Yeah, like on a business level.
You, like, you know what I mean? This is life. And you're my partner through this life. So, it's like, I need to make sure I trust you on a physical level, mental level, everyday level.
Okay,
that's a hard... like crown to earn.
Okay, so life partner is like this would probably be the person that you actually end up marrying, right? Most of the time.
It depends because you go through. So they say. So I read this book that was the 5 languages of love. Okay. And they say like you meet your 3 different loves of your life. So pretty much those 3 is what you stick to. Like those 3 is what you kind of base your life around. So it's like really up to you who you name as who. If that makes sense. Okay. So
after you experience them, then you can kind of like validate which one was who.
And it's not like, I mean, like you might stop at the second one and be like, okay, like I literally fell in love with my life partner. Like this is it.
This is it for me.
Skip right to the end. Like it's all good. But you go through your journey of certain people that you connect with to kind of become certain people in a relationship. Okay. Is what the book said anyway. I'm not.
Right. No, you're just giving your opinion.
I mean, like, but at the end of the day, like, I feel like you can have more than one, I guess, of the 3. Like, you know what I mean? Like, depending on, like, it just depends on, like, what kind of relationship person you are. Like, if you're really, truly dedicated to, like, a relationship and you don't really know, like, and you're in it and you're like, oh, I don't know where it's going or I don't know what I want. Right. Then you can't really sit there and be like, that's my soulmate. Right. You know what I mean?
See, and that's another thing. Like, they do say, like, not everybody meets their soulmate. Some people search for that forever. Some people don't even find love. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like selfishly as humans, we take advantage of the people that do get the opportunity to be in love. We take advantage of that shit.
And one of the 5 languages of love is loving yourself first. That's the first chapter.
You can't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else?
That's the first person you fall in love with. And you got to think, if you fall in love with yourself, then it's completely... then you know what to expect in other people. Right.
And you know what you want.
Right. Exactly.
Like, if I love myself, then I'm obviously not going to be with somebody who doesn't love me more than I love me, I guess. Or maybe on the same level. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you love me on the same level I love myself.
Right.
Because I should love you on the same level you love yourself.
Yeah.
I think this is the problem with like what's going on with dating right now, right? So there's people who are so thirsty, and I'm not trying to say this in a bad way, but it's just real. Like, they're so
thirsty. Like,
yes, they're thirsty. Like
hopeless romantic.
yes,
y'all are out there. It's all good.
Y'all are doing too much though. But y'all are doing too much.
Yeah.
Like, you're forcing things that are supposed to just happen, right? So like all right, for example, right? When I was single, if I would have got with the first girl that I was dating, and I hope she doesn't take this personally because she knows who she is. If I would have got with her and we were together right now, there's no way we'd be together right now because we didn't click like that. Like, we clicked on a, like physically we were attracted to each other. But on an in-depth level, we didn't know shit about each other. We didn't even give a fuck about none of that. It was just like, you're a badass bitch. And she thought I was hella attractive. So that's what we connected on. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people out there, it's like, you're so thirsty for finding, I want to get married. I want to get married. I want to get married. Right. That you're scaring people away. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there was a girl I dated when I was single, not the same girl I was talking about. It's another girl. And the first thing she told me was, if you're not thinking about marriage, there's no point for us to be dating. I said, well, that's cool. Where's the check? Because I don't want to marry you. I'm not even thinking about that. And why are you saying this to me when I just met
so
you?
Ruthless. Y'all. Like, y'all are so rude.
I'm just saying, like, why are you bringing that up right now? Like, that's weird as fuck.
Oh my God.
Have you, like, when you met your boyfriend, if you would have sat down with him and said to him the first day, like, so I'm hoping this is leading to marriage, he would be like, bitch.
Well, like the first, month?
No, first date.
Oh, first date. Yeah. No.
Even the first month?
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this?
The first day. Oh. He was just like, I want to be with you.
That's like, dope, though.
I'm like, are you ready for that?
Yeah, I don't know if he was. Because she's psycho.
No.
They're good now, guys. They've been together for a long time. How long have y'all been together? You might as well tell them. How long have y'all been together?
Yes. We're coming up on 6 years now. Remind you, he didn't meet me when I was telling him, are you pretty much, are you ready for this? That you wouldn't come at me so aggressive.
But that's good that he came at you aggressive. You weren't going to do shit. Capricorns are hella they're not like that.
We're very conservative people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes and no.
I mean, like,
you guys are
like with our partners, we're
right. Oh, okay.
We get down.
Okay.
But like as far as like openly and around people, we don't like shows, audience.
And you like to so you must have liked that he did that though, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you guys have been together ever since. Shit. It's been 6 years. It's a long ass fucking time, bro.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
I was turning 19 and I'm 24 now. So.
Dude. And they're still together making it twerk. They got a little pup and shit. Like, shout out to Gringo. But we're going to jump into our next topic. And this is actually something that I have been talking to all of you about this week. I talked to you guys about it on Facebook and Instagram. And I've got hella DMs and hella responses on it. So we're going to touch on it. And it's about being polyamorous. And we're going to get your opinion on what you think about that. You guys are going to get my honest opinion. And I'm actually going to share some of the stuff that you guys sent to me. But before, you already know, time to take another shot. This should be shot number 3 for y'all. Shot number 9 for this one. Didn't even cheers me. You see that shit? Disrespectful.
Ooh.
So let me just share what I think about being in a polyamorous relationship. For me, in the relationship I am in right now, no, I would not be down for it. When I was single and I was dating multiple people, like I told you, I ain't about dating one person. That should get boring. But if at that time,
you're dating or you're talking?
Dating. I was dating multiple people.
Wow.
Yeah, why not? Shit, we ain't together. I'm trying to explore what I want. I don't want to make a commitment to you to where now I have to break up with you. Why am I breaking up with you when we dating? Like, I'm just not talking to you anymore. And you can do the same to me, whatever. But with polyamorous, I think that on a sexual level, it can be very dope because it's like, okay, for me, obviously I'm a lesbian. So no, I don't want no nigga coming in, right? So if we brought another girl in, yes, I would prefer for her to be a femme. If she was a stud, it would be very unappealing and uninteresting to me. So my girlfriend would have to be interested in being with a feminine woman, which I don't know if she would or wouldn't. She isn't down for that shit anyway. She's selfish. She don't want that shit. So we're not even going to get into her. But if I'm single and I'm dating and I want to bring somebody into our dating situation, I don't see an issue with that. If I look at the grand scheme of things, if you're going to be in a relationship with 2 people, I start to think like, you're gonna like one of the people more than the other.
No, wait,
eventually.
are you fully committed to both of these people?
Yeah.
Or are you just like
so I'm talking about
to one and adding one in? Like, is it,
let's say you're fully committed to one and you add a person in.
so fully committed or just to add them in?
To add them in to fully commit. You guys are all going to be in a relationship with each other.
That makes sense.
You're right.
Yeah.
So I'm eventually going to end up liking one more than the other, or maybe you might be giving your time to one more than the other, or maybe they're giving their time to each other and not me. You never know how it could work out, right? But I had asked some people on Facebook, and I want to talk about the guys' responses I got, because I got a couple, actually like 4 or 5 guys that had wrote on there, and they were like, hell yeah, I'm down. I was like, I bet you are, bro. But let me ask you this. What if your girl came to you and was like, I want to bring another dude in? You don't have to fuck with that guy. You guys aren't going to do anything sexually, but she wants 2 men. I had 2 guys say, I'm cool with it. Like, whatever. If it's going to make my girl happy, I don't care. I had 2 dudes like, are you fucking nuts? Hell no. But I feel like that's selfish, though, because you would want to bring another girl, right? So you're straight. So I'm going to ask you, if your boyfriend came to you and said, hey, I want to bring another girl in, what would your answer be?
That would be it. I would laugh. That's my crazy laugh.
Okay, so that's like a fuck no.
No, like, yeah, pretty much. Like,
okay, so
I don't know. It's not that I would have insecurities. It's just like I'm not down. Like, I'd be down for the girl in the moment. Like, if we're like 50 years down the line and we're trying to like spice it up,
mm-hmm.
You know, okay, cool. Like, we've been together long enough for you to kind of just let's try something new. Like,
so you would be more down for not like a relationship style, be more on a sexual thing.
Not necessarily a sexual thing, but just kind of like, I mean, if you like choosing someone for the night.
Yeah, sexually.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be sexual, but I mean, I've never been through the experience, but I've had to put people in the experience of that stuff. So it's just like coming from that type of aspect. I mean, it doesn't always have to be on a sexual level. It just means like I've heard like some guys like to see their women interact with other women. You know what I mean? And it's like,
okay.
And he likes to feel like superior by thinking like these are my 2 women.
Okay. But you guys don't mess around. It's just more of like a conversation, or you guys hang out.
Not me personally.
No, like, we're not talking about you. I'm saying in general. Like, they hang out, like 2 women hang out. But you would never be down for us bringing a woman in sexually.
Yeah.
Not your thing.
Now, I wouldn't bring in a friend.
No, you don't know this girl.
Or people that like I would always bring in people I don't know.
Like, okay, like let's say you and him sign up for like a Plenty of Fish account. And you guys say like, oh, we're just looking to bring a girl in. So it's some random girl. And some girl comes along and you guys do things sexually together as a 3. Would you be down?
Yeah.
If fun. Not now.
But
right?
For me personally, I've always agreed to 3-somes, but if it was with 2 guys. And he's like, hell no. And I'm like, hell no to 2 girls.
So now there's no agreement.
Right.
Okay. But when you...
I don't know, like I'm just...
But that's interesting though. Okay, so when you say 2 men, right? Are you saying 2 men sexually with you, or are you saying you would want to see them do shit and y'all do shit? Just you.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I like to be the center of attention.
So you would want...
Just because I'm jealous, I'd like to make the spotlight on me. Like, it should be about me if it comes to a 3-some. If that's the case, like, I'm supposed to be the highlight. I feel like when you bring... Especially with, like, straight relationships, like, you bring another girl in, and it gives the man an option. It gives them an option to be like, okay, I want her today. Or like, during this moment, I want her because I'm excited because she's coming in.
Right.
And it's not like that's what I'm thinking about, but it's just like, I mean, that's just humans.
Right.
Like, they're going to be like, okay, like, I got my girl and she's bad as fuck. And then I got this other bitch and she's bad as fuck.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, now I got options. And it's like,
and for you,
he
like,
really sits there and like contemplates who he really wants. And at the end of the day, everybody's going to pick who they want. Like, and I don't want to see that.
So
like, I'd rather you just.
So you're more nervous for being second.
Yeah.
Or becoming second. You want to be the main.
Yeah.
But what if you're the main and you're just bringing in little slackies, like little, just like you're just here for the night to have fun and that's it.
I don't know.
Not your thing.
Like every friend that I've had conversations
who's
with,
done this?
Yes.
It doesn't turn out good.
It doesn't turn out good because. Like, yeah, it's a mutual thing of what they like to do as a couple, but then something always happens when that third person comes in.
Like one of them changes?
I don't know, huh?
One of them changes, or like
the man always changes. It's always at the end of the day, if you bring 2 women in a situation of a 3-some, it's always going to be about the man. Like every book I've read, everything that I've ever read as based off the 3-somes, like sex science, all that shit, they always bring it down. to the man.
So it's always the male that becomes important.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
that's who they spotlight. But I feel like maybe if we're like 50 years in and you really want that, then yeah, by all means, get it. Let's order a hooker.
Why she gotta be a hooker though? Why she gotta be a hoe? Maybe she just wants to have fun
because
too.
we'll never see her again. Like that's the best part. Like we'll never see her again. Like
okay, but you gotta think like 50 years. 50 years is a long time. Let's do 30 because
well, I'm just being over exaggerating.
Yes, you are because you would be like 70.
10, like if we're like in our 30s or 40s,
okay,
and like we've already done everything that we need to do, but like now we're on some adult shit and we're trying to do something new, then I'm down. Like I'm open to it, but I still like to be the center of attention because at the end of the day, it's my relationship.
Okay, so here's
our relationship. I shouldn't say mine. But.
Here's where I'm at. I'm down to bring a girl in, but I don't need it. Like, exactly. It's not, it's like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to, like, I ain't turning that down. I'm not going to say no. Like, if my girl came up to me and was like, yo, you want to bring this bitch home? I'm not going to be like, oh, no, babe. What? I'm going to be like, let's go. You know what I mean? But if I'm not going to make her uncomfortable to where I'm like, yo, we about to pull that bitch right there. Like, no, because then she's going to feel a way about that. I guess maybe it's my relationship. Maybe that's why I can't talk about it as much. But from the people on Facebook and Instagram that I've been talking to, there was a girl that told me, she was with her previous partner, and for 10 years, they did 3 poly relationships. She said she did relationships with men.
No, were they fully committed?
Yes, they were married.
Each one?
They were married.
No, I'm saying like fully committed with the people.
She said sometimes and sometimes no. She said they brought men in, they brought women in, and she said exactly what you said. It always ended bad because it always ended up changing her wife. Her wife always became different. She was like, she never was the same to me as she was before we started that. But I'm like, you got to expect that, right? And no disrespect to you. I'm not using your name or nothing, but I'm just saying like you would expect that because you're bringing new people in all the time. It's like dating over and over, but we're together. Right. It's a trip.
I've been the outsider of those at the time because I'm trans now. But at the time when she was a her and her girlfriend were like, doing it, like there were certain situations where I didn't agree with, like the fact that it was her birthday, and it was a couple of years ago, but it was like her birthday, and then like she came with another girl,
the girlfriend.
Okay, like the girlfriend, and was just like, oh yeah, like because for me it's like, oh, like are you bringing someone in to have fun because it's like your girl's birthday, or you bring someone in to have fun because that's who you'd rather hang out with?
That's a good question.
You know what I mean?
I don't know about being public with shit. And also, just a disclaimer, like, we have 2 cousins who are actually trans. And I'm actually going to talk to them because I want to bring them on because one is female to male and one is male to female. So they would have a lot of interesting things to say. But back to what we were talking about. I agree with her. Like, I think that comes into play, though.
Yeah.
If you are public with being polyamorous, right? I guess I would have to like ask people who are in these situations because I always wonder, like, do you have a conversation when you bring somebody in, or is it like you just bring somebody in and then you're like, yo, I got a new bitch today, or I mean, I wonder how that works.
Just being a phone girl.
Okay.
I've gotten a lot of calls from couples, and it seems like they talk about it first.
So like, they come to an agreement.
When they call for like the girl that they want or whatever, chances are it's always the woman who's in dominance. Like, I mean, that's coming from like a straight point of view. Like, it's always like, you know, they're married.
Been married for hella long.
Been married, and they're just really fun. But like the husband calls, but the woman chose everything. She's like, I want a blonde, big titties, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll choose, and then the husband's like, all right, cool, I'll call.
See, and that's dope because it's like it takes the pressure off, I guess, whoever's more dominant in the relationship because you don't feel so like, oh my God, is my girl going to trip about this shit? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, well, shit, you make the choice. I'll just ride with the choice. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, if my girl came to me and said that's what she wanted to do, I'm not going to say no. I'm just not going to sit here and lie. It's just what it is. Granted, I have told you guys before that I did have a threesome when I was younger and it was trash. So I'm not really interested in it right now. But I mean, I guess like, you know, if my girl was down and you guys want to show me, okay, let me just not promote this. I'm just going to stop myself there. Yeah. But if it was to happen, coming in strong. See what I'm saying? This is why. See, I done brought my cousin on here. She'd have been pouring big shots, y'all, and she'd been pouring me hella shots. Like, this is not how this usually works. Now I'm over here drinking tequila, over here confessing truths and shit. Nah, we need to shut up.
Hey.
Tell 2 a.m. to shut the fuck up. No, but on some real shit, I think polyamorous relationships, they're interesting. You know what I mean? Whether I'll ever be in one or not, makes no difference. I just think it's cool, like, to hear about the shit.
I feel like it's based on your personality. I feel like it's your life. It's truly chosen as a lifestyle. Like, I feel like you should, if you gotta bring another person, especially in mine, like, being straight and everything, but, like, if you gotta bring another person, that means obviously someone's boring in that gray area.
Yikes. Why they gotta be boring? Maybe you guys have just done everything.
Like, no matter what, if it's a mutual agreement, someone feels something. There's a gap in between somewhere where someone's like, oh, like, I want to bring another person in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like someone's not doing something right to make it that spicy enough where, like, your man can be like, hey, I want to do this with you, instead of saying, I want to do this with, and then we'll bring this girl in. You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
no.
but there's,
like,
hold on though. If we're going to get on a sexual tip though, there is things that cannot be done with one person. Like, well, they can, but it's just like, it's more fun with 3. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'll bring it back to Pornhub. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Pornhub does not showcase the right type of sex, in my opinion. Like, for real. Like I told y'all, I don't watch lesbian sex because lesbian sex on Pornhub is trash. Like, there's always one girl overly screaming, doing weirdo shit. There's always anal beads involved, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this is not normal.
True shit.
No, it's not true shit. No, it's acting. It's acting. Show me some real lesbians doing some real
honestly,
shit.
It's just because I know a couple cam girls and 80% of them are lesbians. And I'm going to tell you right now, they all fucking use toys. It's just...
that's cool. Like, if toys is your thing, but it's like, why are you screaming so loud? It's not necessary, bro. Like
a fake scream?
Yes, it's like...
I don't watch that.
Yeah, I don't either. I watched it twice and I said, this is trash. I'm skipping. And I started looking for other shit. Like, I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, personally, I watch straight sex. But I watch real straight sex, meaning, like, I like people who are in an actual relationship. I don't want to see fucking Mandingo dick and fucking popping pussy having sex together. Like, I don't care about you being a porn star. I don't care about that. I care about fucking random ass Sam and Tally having sex. They love each other. It's dope. That's what I'm into personally. I'm not saying most people got to be into that. Do you? I mean, people like, you know, little people sex. They like all type of shit, but that's your business. But for me, lesbian sex is trash. Wait, lesbian sex having it is amazing. Lesbian sex watching it on Pornhub is trash. And that maybe that's, you know what, in the threesome, now that I think about it, they were trying to be Pornhub bitches. That was the problem. You're doing too much. And then they ended up wanting to fight each other. It was just corny to me.
You should find your own sexuality through your sex.
Okay.
I feel like not everybody, like, they always say, like, motion in the ocean. Like, which is, like, true. Like, you're only going to fucking sail a boat if you know how to ride it.
Right.
So, I mean.
Well, like, not right for me. Whoa, well, for your team.
I mean, like, you can sail. Like, yeah. I mean, like, everybody sails. Straight, but I don't care.
Right.
Whatever. But, like, everybody does the damn thing. But, like, in their own way. But, like, at the end of the day, I just feel like if you don't, you know, if you base your sex life off of porn, then no. I mean, like, it could show you a couple things.
Yeah, it can show you a couple things, but you're right. Like, if you do base your sex life on Pornhub, like, that's where you're learning from. I feel bad for you. Because your sex is probably trash. Because they just don't do anything. Like,
and that also comes in with connections and, like, your soulmates and stuff like that.
For
like,
real. And with, like, your life partner and shit. Like, there's girls that I had sex with when I dated, and I look back on it, and some of it I forget that we even had sex because it was just trash. Some of it was good. Some of it was just trash. Like, but that's the form of being able to date. Like, what if I would have been stuck with one of them? Like, what if I would have gotten a relationship with one of them and our sex life was just horrible? Like, I'm either going to cheat or I'm going to leave you. Most likely I'm going to leave you. You know what I mean? And it's like,
why would you stay if you have to say horrible?
Why would... Well, okay.
That's a really strong word.
Wait, no.
Like hate.
No, you're right. Okay, I'm not going to say horrible. Whoa. All right, let's not say horrible. Let's just say they were a little bit unexperienced, a little bit scared, a little bit, like, shy. And it's like, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because I dated a lot of girls who were bisexual, and I was, like, the first girl they fucked with. So they were just, like, in shock. Like, oh, my God. Like, I usually just lay on my back. Like, you know, like, okay.
Got game, y'all, I guess.
No. And I'm not saying it like that. I'm talking about when I dated. I'm in a relationship now. Y'all already know. But it's just, I feel like you're right. When you do have a connection with somebody, your sex life is 1,000 times better. But imagine having a connection with somebody. Okay, for example, people who don't have sex till marriage, or maybe they've had sex before, but they choose like, I'm going to be abstinent until I get married. And then what if you marry that person and you guys have sex and it's just trash? Like, that is a nightmare. Like, would you stay? I wouldn't. I would maybe stay for like a month.
No.
Maybe you wouldn't stay. That's my point. Like, people try to make it like.
If I didn't feel it at first, like, especially for me being a spiritual person, it's kind of like art. Like,
but you guys haven't had sex.
The same than how I'm gonna like actually look at it. So as far as sex, like, I'm very like, did you get in depth with my soul? Did you fucking?
Okay, so that this guy did.
Like
let's say this guy did. He's in depth with your soul. Everything's connecting. You're like, man, when we have sex, it's gonna be fucking great.
But you know, it's like a gut feeling.
You know when it's gonna be trash.
You always know. Like, if you have sex with somebody, it's not always gonna be like, oh my god, yes.
No, hell no.
But
no.
I mean, like, those ones you know, and like, I mean, like,
that's so true
like
though.
That's like so when true. That time when you were like dating around, like, obviously you had your time to like kind of like, oh, I kind of like that one on the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this one kind of wasn't for me.
People have their days where they like certain people too, so I feel like that draws off against people. But
I mean, I guess it can separate shit.
Yeah,
but
I just feel like if you don't, sadly, sex is strong in relationships. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I mean. Like, people on social media try to be like, oh, sex isn't everything, and if sex is everything to you, then you're shallow. Like, no, you're just a fucking loser. Like, sex. Let's be real. Sex matters. You're probably the one that sex is trash because people aren't telling you the truth. That sex matters. Just like I feel like attraction matters. No, like I told you guys previously. No, everybody doesn't have to be attracted to the person you're with. But if you're not attracted to that person, where is it going? You have to excite me. Just like I'm sure you have to be excited too. Like, I'm not saying like, oh my God, you got to be, I don't know, like what's a main straight person you guys fuck with? Like Brad Pitt or something. It's not like, you know, I'm sure women aren't like, oh my God, you got to be like Brad Pitt or whatever. But I'm sure they're like, yo, like I have to be excited. Like, my drawers got to get wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just be sitting here doing all this shit with you just because we have a good connection. Because when we have a good connection, we could just be friends. You know what I mean? You got to separate that shit. And that's what I mean when we bring back to soulmates and life partners and shit. Like, you could have a friendship connection. That don't mean I got to be with you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You could be super connected with somebody and think it's going the right way. And then sexually, it's just not there. And then you're like, wait a minute. Am I really attracted to you? I don't think so. Maybe we're friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just a me thing. I don't know. A lot of people tell me I'm an asshole, so I guess I don't know. I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm really a nice person. 90% of the time, right. I'm really nice. There's 10% where okay, 85. She's pushing it, but like it's cool. But she has her days too.
I do.
Exactly.
I'm real about it. 70%.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, but
no, that's how Capricorns are. But I think that when you go to being poly, if you are considering it, or if you're thinking about it in your relationship, I think you're right. You do have to talk to your partner first.
Yeah.
I don't think you should just try to like surprise them.
It's like a game plan. It's like before you go out to the field,
right?
Have your little huddle and like, I mean, which is understandable because you guys are a couple. Like, it's your own empire, whatever you want in your building. At the end of the day, is how it's gonna happen. But I don't know. Just speaking. There's always going to be one person who's going to want control, and that other and then there's going to be one person who's going to be comfortable with the control.
Exactly.
For that situation.
Right.
Like, and it just really depends on who. It doesn't really matter what type of, like, orientation of the relationship is. It's just, like, there's always going to be that person who's like, I want this, this, and this, and the other person's going to be like, I'm down.
Exactly.
And you have to say, like.
So, okay, you know what? We can say that, though. Like, if you want a polyamorous relationship, you need to find that person that's like, I'm down. You can't be bringing that to somebody who's like, no, I don't want to do this. And if you're really about being poly and all that shit, I think you should kind of like tell the person that you're with from the beginning, because then you can weed out who's going to be down and who's not. Excuse me. You don't want to get into a relationship where you're 5 years in and then you're like, oh, I want to do some extra shit. And they're like, I told you from rip, I'm not down for that. And now you're cheating and now you're getting divorced and it's just horrible. Like, you don't want to go through that.
See, and like, I don't know. I just feel like, in a way, in every human, there's always like that little like crave of
something else.
I want something else, and like when you're with someone for so long, like
shit like that happens.
Something else, like I mean, like you're obviously there's something going on.
But and I think like if you think about that more than once a day.
That's me. I mean, that's where as a woman of insecurity, I mean, like, I'm gonna be real. There's insecurities, and yeah, like, well, why do you want another girl? That's my first question.
Yeah.
Like when a guy asks,
but I don't think that
a threesome, it's like, well, I don't really care that you want the bitch for a threesome. It's like, why do you want? And you know, when you want something else in the threesome, it's a little different when the guy is calling for it. I don't know. As someone's searching for something.
But you would want him to say it, because what if he cheats? You would rather him bring it to you and say, hey, I just want to try something new. It's not you, really. I just want to like do something new. You should respect that instead of being like, what the fuck? That's how I feel, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I feel like if I ever felt like that and I brought that to my girl, like, if she was to trip, it would just make me be like, cool, bet. I'm never bringing this shit to you again. Like, I don't want to fight with you for 2 days about this. Like, I was just bringing it to you because I wanted to try something. If you don't want to try it, then cool, bet. But, you know what I mean? I feel like you have to have that open type of communication. But then, like, who the fuck am I? Like, me and my relationship are about to hit 3 years. You're at 6 years. So maybe I should be taking advice from you instead of you taking advice from me.
No, but it's also different. Not saying that, like, gays are different from straights, but there's just different, like, how do I say this? There's, like, different ways of communicating. Like, for men, like, I believe it's, like, a humane thing. Like, you know, it's just like, oh, you know, like, they always want more. And as women, we have to understand that men are always going to want more. As for, like, I don't know what it's like to be in love with another woman, but, like, at the same time, like, I'm sure just speaking from, like, other lesbians, like, it just seems like they like to spice that shit up. Even my friends, y'all are fucking crazy. It's insane. Like, some of them are, like, strict and to the point, and, like, we love each other. We're fucking married. Like, I've seen those ones. Shout out to my Salt Lake ones. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, there's someone in there. I don't know. Just, it's a little different.
See, and I take it as, like, okay,
it's more open with your guys' community.
Okay, so it's more open. Okay, yeah. I can agree to that.
Like, for us, like, women have the choice in a straight relationship to be jealous or to be down. That's the only 2 options we got.
That sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
That really sucks.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no really gray area of, like, we can talk about it.
Well, see,
like, no, I don't really want to sit here and talk about it, because then you start to get to know more of, like, the desires that, like, this person has secretly, and you're like, wait a minute, and then it just brings up other shit in your relationship. I feel like, see, that's just my opinion.
Okay, so for me, right, I know a lot of lesbians that, like I told y'all when I started this podcast, like, I'm very different. Like, I don't feel like I'm like mini studs. I don't feel like I'm mini stems. I don't feel like I'm really any of y'all niggas, really. And that's not saying that in a bad way. That's just saying, like, I think a little different. Like, no, real shit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, I just don't feel like I'm a lot of, I've met maybe one other stud that's like me. Like, for me, I'm more coming from, like I said, a male perspective. So there's a lot of lesbians who are studs who are, like, open to crazy shit that I'm like, whoa, you do that? Like, that's nuts. And they look at me like, aren't you lesbian? I'm like, yeah, but no, I'm not that lesbian. It's more
comfortable in your guys'
community. In our community, it's way like, more open. Like, y'all do some crazy ass shit, and I don't judge y'all for nothing, but there's some shit that I've been introduced to, and I'm just like, whoa, that's crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't really want to give too many examples, but I would say that I've seen lesbian couples who maybe one of the girls is bi, and that girl will have sex with a man, and the other girl who's a lesbian won't have sex with a man, but she'll still do things with him. And I'm just like, bro, you ever try that shit with me? It would be a big problem. You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. There's different variables in the gay community, which is dope. Like, we're all on different spectrums, and nobody's better than the other. And I get what you're saying, because in the straight community, it's like this or that. There's not gray. It's black or white.
Yeah. Everywhere.
That's like,
you're down or you're not down.
Right. But then again, you could flip it around and say, I would say some men are like that, though. There's a lot of women. Oh, so you're saying on both sides of the sexes. Mm-hmm. Got it.
Literally, yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I mean, either way, someone's an A or B. And that's really what it is.
Okay, so then when you come from that perspective, I agree, because I feel like there's some men out there who are like down or not down. Because there's some women who are like out there and like to do like crazy ass shit too, and either your dude has to be down for it or he's not down for it. It's not like, oh, we can talk about this and figure out common ground type shit. I don't feel like it is male or female based. I think it's just like straight people, period. Y'all are a trip. Y'all think we're a trip. Y'all niggas is a trip. The straight community is like a whole new bubble. Like,
it just depends on like the type of people. Like, you can't, like, I feel like you should categorize straight couples.
oh shit. Okay, like what's the categories?
Yeah, like, you know, like, okay, like I'm very diverse. I'm pretty much 3 different fucking nationalities, so take any offense. I'm white too.
Right.
When I say these things.
Right. Don't take it personal.
You know, there's like the white people relationships, and like there's like the 3 different kinds of the whites.
There's the Caucasians.
And then there's like there's like,
to be political.
And then there's, you know, the African Americans, if we're being professional. But like, you know, there's like the ratchet ones. And the ones who, like, agree for their man to be broke, and, like, the woman takes care of them. And,
right.
Like,
and he's got, like, 6 kids, and you're
like,
cool with that shit.
All hell's to you if you guys are in love. That's cool, but
your business. Right.
But there's always, like, a different category. Or, like, you know, the ones who are like, oh, we're building empires. Cool.
True. Oh.
And then there's
those are, like, the business partners.
I'm on a farm, and we're just, like...
living life.
Yeah, like, there's just different types of, like, straight couples, and I feel like in those different categories, different things. Right. And then, like, that goes for, like, even, like, your guys' community. It's
that's real, though, because there's different type of lesbians. You know what I'm saying? There's the Caucasian lesbians.
Right.
There's the minority lesbians. Like a steez. Like, we do different types of things, but we can all hang out together because we're from the same community, just like with straight people. But I hang out with straight people, too. I don't see that shit. Like, I'm down for whatever. You know what I mean? I support both sides. Well, I support the straight people that support us, really. Like, if you have a problem with who I am or what I'm about or anything like that, of course I'm not going to talk to you. And you shouldn't be talking to me anyway. Like, I had a weirdo on Facebook the other day, like, really trying to clout chase on my status. And I'm not even going to give you no clout. I'm just going to say you're a loser. Like, a loser. If you're watching this, you're really a loser. Did because... I keep your dog? Right. Facts. Like, this shit's annoying, bruh.
Chances are he's probably going to watch it.
Oh, yeah, he's watching it because he follows me and wants
love haterade.
Right, he's following me, but he wants to come talk shit on my status about me. Like, what are you doing? Why are you following me then? He had nothing to say back. Whatever, you're a loser. You got blocked. Hopefully you follow me on something else so you can catch this episode, buddy. Fucking weirdo. But I just don't understand all of this shit. I don't understand the cloud chasing. I don't understand none of that.
Yeah.
But we're going to conclude this podcast. This is episode 6, if I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. If not, I'll correct it when I edit it. We are not going to take another shot because I don't want to. But, do you want to take another shot? Oh, we're taking another shot, guys. Shouldn't even have brought it up. Should just kept my mouth closed. This is to y'all. Yeah, this is to y'all. And y'all should be on, like, I think, shot 5. Maybe shot 4. Yep. Oh, you're spilling. All right. You're spilling. Okay.
All right.
Before I close out this podcast, thanks for all the support. Thanks for sticking with me. I know I dipped out on y'all in retrograde, but I feel like I explained myself pretty fucking well. My cousin will be back. Make sure you follow all her social media platforms. They're pretty much under Imani Fresh on everything. Yes. You can converse with her. She a spiritual little lady, so you can talk to her about any of that type of shit.
Exactly. Affirmations are real, y'all.
See?
Put it in.
Nah, real shit.
Put it in.
To y'all. Deuces. We out.